All right, so in these notes, BC5, we are going to use a compass and straight edge to construct perpendicular lines. Now, the first task is just to construct a perpendicular bisector of a segment. That means split this segment into two congruent parts such that the bisector intersects it at 90 degrees. Well, the nice thing about this is that we've already done it. When we constructed a bisector of a segment in our last set of notes, it was actually the same process. The bisector that we constructed was already perpendicular. So these essentially are the same notes from the last lesson. Okay, so I'm going to just come over here to the example. We're going to construct a perpendicular bisector of each segment. We'll do this one, you do that one, or the one down below. Okay, and as before, we're going to open up our compass so that it extends just more than half the distance of the original segment. So you just kind of make a judgment call. All right, that's more than half. And you're going to create this sweeping arc from bottom to top. Okay, you're going to move your compass to the other endpoint, keeping your compass at the same measure, and you're going to create another arc such that you get these 2 points of intersection. Okay, and we'll label these points. And we'll just call those X and Y, let's say. Well, now we just need to draw the line that connects Y and X, and that'll be our perpendicular bisector. Okay, so line, sorry, that's a little bright. Line YX is the perpendicular bisector of CD. And the way we're going to label that is, one, it's perpendicular. So that tells us those lines intersect at 90 degrees. And segment CM is congruent to segment DM. All right, go ahead and bisect or create a perpendicular bisector of this segment. All right, so this time on page 4, we're going to construct a line that's perpendicular to a given segment, but through a specific point on the line. Okay, so once you have a line, you're going to place your pointer at point A, meaning the point that's given, and you're going to create 2 arcs that are equidistant. So equidistant. Sometimes they say equidistant. Equidistant, equidistant. Okay, create arcs that are equidistant from A on both sides using any distance, and you're going to label these points B and C. Okay, so we can do that over here. So I'm going to say, here's our given point, and we're going to construct a line that's perpendicular to the given line through this point, and we're going to call this A. Okay, so step 1 is just to create 2 arcs on either side of A at any distance. So there's 1, move it to the other side, there's 2. Okay, now we're going to label these B and C. Okay, our next step is to place your pointer on B and extend it past A and create an arc above and below. Well, essentially, from here on out, it's the same as the process before. We just took our line and made it into a segment, and we're going to bisect that segment. Okay, so from here, it's steps you're familiar with. Extend your compass to be more than half the distance and create an arc. Move it to the other endpoint and create an arc. Okay, we just created 2 new points, so we'll label those D and E. And the line through D and E is the perpendicular bisector of our line through A. Okay, I probably shouldn't have said perpendicular bisector because we have a line, so we're not bisecting anything. We just created line that's perpendicular to the given line through this point. Okay, so again, the first step is just to swing an arc from A, the same distance on both sides, so that you kind of have a segment just like we had in the first construction. All right, so go ahead and construct a perpendicular line, or a line that's perpendicular through the given line through this point. And again, you can just call this given point A. All right, last construction. Well, this time we're going to construct a line that's perpendicular to a given line, but through a point that's not on the line. So we're going to construct a line perpendicular to this one through that point. Okay, so the steps are given. Once you have a point and a line, we're going to put our pointer at A and extend it so it'll intersect our line in two places, and that'll give us 2 points. Okay, so we'll do that first step over here. There's our point off the line. We'll put our compass at A, and all it has to do is be open so that it'll intersect the line in 2 places. Okay, so there's 1, and there's 2. Okay, we're going to label those B and C. Okay, well, our next step is to use the same distance and place our pointer on C and create an arc. So we're going to be at C, and we're going to sweep an arc here. And we're going to repeat that step. We're going to put our pointer at B and make an arc. Okay, so we're going to keep our compass open the same distance. We're going to put our compass at C and make an arc below the line. Hopefully that's long enough. And then we're going to come over here to B. We're going to make an arc below the line. Well, we've created a point of intersection. We're going to call that D. And now all we have to do is draw the line or construct the line AD. Okay, so this line that we constructed is now perpendicular to our given line, and it goes through this point that's not on the line. All right, so that's it. You just need to construct a line perpendicular to this given line through that point, and we'll be done.